Hey, welcome again to another edition of Cypher System Book Shorts with none other than the illustrious Sean K. Reynolds, my friend, my mentor, that dude over there that writes some deep, cool shit. How you doing, Sean? Welcome.
Good, man. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming on. So today I get to talk about something you did. You and Monty sent me this great book with great signatures in it. It was just the best, called Claim the Sky. Absolute favorite book that you've done. Loved superheroes. So my first question about this is, what was your initial go-to for inspiration? What inspired the book? Did you have a Bible or a movie or a comic book or something that you went to get yourself going?
Well, I got into comics when I was a teen in the late 80s, and right around that time period is when Marvel released the official handbook to the Marvel Universe, which was just a series, like it's encyclopedia of every single superhero Marvel character. And DC was doing Who's Who at the same time, which is basically the same thing. And just the idea of here's a catalog of all these superheroes and supervillains, many of which hadn't been in a recent comic for years, or were in a comic line I didn't even read, but it's just like there's so many stories and so many weird ass powers in this book. I want to make sure that the joy I was having from getting into comics in that time period would come out in the page so that everybody who loves superheroes could play a Cypher superhero game with all those materials.
Yeah. Well, you did a great job of it. I mean, those feelings really come through. The passion came through, which leads into like the next question, which is I think is, you know, probably like at the core of any superhero, RPG. You gave us a toolkit, but just the plethora of different abilities, powers, and then the fact that you open the doors to, structure it where you can make your own combinations for the foci. What was that like? I mean, that's like such voluminous thing. What was that like? Bringing that to life.
It was great because, I mean, I've been reading comics for 40 years, and I've created superhero rules for almost every RPG that I've worked on, whether that was Alternity or Cypher System or Third Edition or whatever. So I've always kind of had in my head the question of how do I create this character in this game system? And a lot of that ended up in Claim the Sky with the archetypes, which is basically kind of the idea of there is the bug hero, there is the character who builds stuff, there is the cyber character. And if you know what sort of archetype your character fits, that section on that archetype will talk to you and say, this is a good descriptor for you. This is probably your type. This is probably your foci. Choose A or B, and maybe choose some of these power shifts. Like it really kind of walks you through how do I make the character that I want to play in this rule system. In the same way that you might do for fantasy, like I like playing an alchemist. What sort of character should I make for doing that? It just says A plus B plus C, a couple of options. You're ready to go.
That's awesome. And it really does work that way. It's very simple to use. It's just a chef's kiss piece of work. But Sean, thank you for coming over and talking with us, and having us so we could promote CypherCon this weekend.
CypherCon.
Make things happen. So this is going to be a great time. And once again, thank you. And from us at the CU, we will see you later.